as a day in the life role.
I wish it was hoping you say that.
So I'm going to take on the role of an IT professional as well. I work for a large company, and my role in the company is to manage and monitor our data centers around the world. Okay, right? So I'm going to see how these experiences are enabled as I start off my day over in our home, and as I transfer and go into the office to work, and then finally as I go on the road on a business trip over here. Why don't you join me over in my home, where I think I'd like to start the day by watching some TV.
Sounds great.
All right. So Martin, you see I have a television over here, and this is actually part of our VideoScape platform.
You know, Sean, what I enjoy most about my job is in the day, I help people get their jobs done, and we deliver that full solution for collaboration. And tonight when you go home, we help you watch TV and relax a bit. So you can't get away from it.
That's right, I agree. So our VideoScape platform actually enables a companion experience. You see we're watching HD content here on my TV, and I also have my own device, my iPad, if you will.
Now, Sean, VideoScape is our end-to-end architecture that service providers can deploy and they TV operators deploy to deliver television services all the way from the creation of the content to the delivery of the content in the home.
That's right. So let's show you how some of those experiences really enable a unique way to watch TV. So I can see here that I have my channel guide. You see my iPad is up on the middle screen here. And I'm going to select the program that I want to watch. The hot air balloons are nice, but I prefer maybe the NBA All-Star game. So let's go ahead and bring that television program up. Now, Martin, you see we've got HD quality video playing.
So that's like bring your own remote control, right?
That's right, it's like bring your own device to the TV, right? And in addition to the HD content we have here, we also have companion content here on my iPad. So I'm getting web-based information that the service provider is providing to combine along with the program we're watching.
So it's relevant contextual content to what we're watching.
That's right.
All right.
So, for example, let's say we're here in the fourth quarter. Maybe I missed some of the best plays or highlights from earlier in the game, and I want to go back and watch those. Well, I'm going to go ahead and select one of those highlights. This is a LeBron James dunk. Now I'm controlling the device to go back and replay that content right here on the TV. Let's go back to the live feed now and show you how we can combine more web content here. So here's some information on Kobe Bryant. We really want to bring that to the screen here on my iPad and learn more about Kobe. And if I want to take an even deeper dive, I can select this button here, which will take me to NBA.com. All right, so going right out to the web where I find all the stats about Kobe. Now, in addition to that, you notice we have a banner out here. Right below Kobe's name there.
So don't tell me those are the shoes Kobe is wearing.
Probably a lower size than I would need. But if I wanted to select that, this is a huge opportunity for service providers to be able to expand out and reach new markets.
So it's integrated advertising. If you're a Kobe fan, your hero walks on the court. You can see what shoes they're wearing. If you want to buy those,
I've got to have those shoes, right? All right, we'll go back to that in a little bit. All right, so Martin, we've shown you how VideoScape works. I think it's time for me to get some work done.
I want to watch more. Don't you have more stuff?
Well, you're the boss. We can watch a little bit more TV. All right. Martin, you know what? This is a really great program, but unfortunately, I really do have to go off to work. What we're going to do is I'm going to let you watch some more of this NBA game later when we get to my travel work. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually end this program here, and I'm going to actually pull out a key that will pause this TV program, and we'll be able to pick it up when we want to later.
Okay, I'll tell you more about that cool key later on.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that out right now. All right? And we'll show you how that works. All right, so now I have my iPad. We talked about BYOD and how important that is to secure things, but yet still provide access on my own device like this iPad. So I've got AnyConnect, which allows me to securely connect in. When I go to the office, we use things like identity services engines to authenticate and use that device. And then, of course, we use collaboration tools like Cisco Jabber to communicate. In this case, I want to log in.
The last quarter, we sold 2.5 million Cisco Jabber flags.
Yeah, Java is one of my favorite applications right now, I gotta say. All right, so I'm gonna go to this other application here. This is actually a virtualization application on my iPad. So what it does is it allows you to virtualize an application through the Citrix receiver. So I'm gonna select that. As I click there, you see there are other applications. Here's one from SAP.
So these are standard Windows applications. It runs on a Windows machine back in the data center, but you can get access to them and run them right here on the iPad.
That's right, Martin. So as opposed to running a full operating system here on top of my iPad, I'm actually just running an application. They're running back in the data center, as you mentioned, and they're pixelating here so that I can run them.
So it's really a video stream that comes here.
That's right.
But all the data, everything is secure back in the data center.
Yeah, that's a really good point because if I release this device, none of the content actually resides here. So there's no security flaw. Right. Let's go into the Data Center Grid Manager application. And of course I have to authenticate. And we'll log in. Now this is taking me to an application that allows me to monitor the health of my data center network. It's something that my company has created and it's combined various sources of information. And it looks like I've got an alert right now that the data center in Mexico City is starting to exhibit some problems. It's exceeding the threshold for data transfer, but as well it's exceeding thresholds for power consumption and the temperatures are rising in the data center. Let's go ahead and take a closer look there.
So this is a Windows application you're running here on the iPad.
That's correct. As I bring up that application, you'll see I get a worldwide view of, or a regional view of my data center locations, and I get a little bit more information about the health of that data center location in Mexico City. Now the network is making some recommendations on where to move virtual resources to another location. But I think I want to talk to one of my colleagues on the data center management team and see what he has to say about it. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. I'm going to bring up my Cisco Java application.
And I have to say, you know, having more than 2 million in the install base, I'm so excited about that because this is going to be a big part of how people work in the future. Now what I'm showing here is not quite what we're selling today.
That's right.
This is a little bit of a future version.
You see, actually Java looks a little bit different here, right? So one of the differences you're seeing actually is in presence. Right now we're logged into Java. What if presence were identified or was more than just whether they were logged into an application like Java or not? What if we were able to pull information from the network to help identify our presence?
You know, I'm getting tired of any of the setting of statement phrases. I keep forgetting.
That's right. So the first example I want to share with you is location-based presence. So for example, I see your presence is set away from the office and mine is set working from home. Well, what if I were to select my presence and change that? Okay. Now you can see I can opt in or not to allow locations to be presented to everyone else. So maybe, Martin, I didn't want you to know I was working from home. But in this case, I think it's okay. Let me go ahead and choose a location. And you can see there are recent locations and there are nearby. Now this is information that could be coming from social networks inside of our company, but it could also be coming from other sources on the network, things like GPS information, or even wireless location services.
Or mapping information that runs on the device.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and choose the nearest location since I'm here at Cisco Live. And now my status has changed.
So now it's telling everyone inside of your company you're available and you're here at Cisco Live.
Where I am. That's right. So now
everyone is alias that you're here.
Right? So people might know I'm here, and they might come up to me afterwards and we can blab about it.
Okay.
All right, Martin, let's see what happens when you go off to the office, how your presence will change. I want you to join me over in my office there, and we'll see that your presence is away in the office. Now it's in the office, but you're still available. And when you came over, our light should go on.
Well, yeah, that's my phone.
There's your phone right there. All right, well,
There you go. We go back now.
why don't there we go, our light came on. All right. So what you're seeing is actually a network-connected LED light. And what's relevant about this is this could be a sensor on the network. You go ahead and pick that up, you'll see there's no power to this device. It's driven directly from a power over Ethernet switch.
So this is a company that makes these now.
Correct.
Deliver straight plugged into the network, LED lighting, but they have special applications for it.
That's correct. So in addition to this being a sensor to determine that you're in the office, and add to your presence capability, this could also be a sensor to show you a location, or show you where to go. Maybe in the event of an emergency, maybe you're a shopper in a store and you're looking for that new golf driver. We could use those lights to light a path to show you the way. Again, really talking about the Internet of everything.
You know, it makes me think of another solution here where, how many times have we sit in a conference room where there's motion detectors, just turn the lights on, and halfway through the meeting the lights go off and everyone starts waving around. Here, this will now, the network will now know that you're still having a meeting and you don't turn the lights on. You got it.
All right, Martin, I'm going to join you in the office here, and then we'll see as my presence changes up there. And now I'm in the office. Now, one other thing I want to share with you about how sensors on the network can help determine our presence is your mobile device. You know, that mobile device is actually a sensor on the network as well. Now, of course, I'm sure you're running the Jabber client right there on your iPhone.
Indeed.
But, you know, if that iPhone is in your pocket, you might not be available. Or even worse, if you're driving down the road, you probably don't want to receive an incoming text message. Or right?
So certainly not reply.
Let's show you how we can change your presence based on the location, the sensors in that phone. What I want you to do is hold up that phone and place it face down. There you go. Now what we're going to see is your presence has changed right here on the iPad. And it's giving you suggestions or recommendations of how to contact you, whether it be a voicemail or sending an email.
So it's saying, try and call me or send me an email, but don't text me.
That's right.
Because I've turned the phone upside down.
That's right.
And the sensors here in the phone, therefore, providing a signal that say, I don't want to be.
Providing that information across the network to our presence. All right, let's see what happens when you turn that phone back face up. There we go. Now you've changed from do not disturb to available, and all the options are available for me to communicate.
So this could be, I'm in a meeting where it's just my team, and I don't mind receiving a text, I'll put my phone upside down. On the other hand, if I'm in an important customer meeting, then I'll put it upside down.
You got it. Absolutely.
Great.
All right, well, it looks like I'm receiving an incoming call from Alfonso, my colleague on the data center management team, and I was going to call him anyway, so let me go ahead and answer that call right now. Hey, Alfonso, how are you?
How are you?
Good. Hey, I'm here with a few friends, but what I'm going to do, Alfonso, if you don't mind, is I'm going to place this call on hold because I'm actually on my iPad, and since I'm in my office, I can change this video call to a much better experience right here on my desktop television unit. Why don't you join me over here?
So you got the call, I see we're walking into your office, and put it on hold, and now what?
You got it. So now I'm going to resume that call right here on the EX90. Let me show you how we do that. Select Alfonso's name. I click resume. And we're going to put the iPad down, and there's Alfonso.
I can see much better now, John.
I'm sure you can see it's much better. We're using my EX90 in my office right now. And you can probably see I'm still here with a few of my friends.
A few of them, yes.
Yeah.
So now this is back to the example I talked about, unified architecture, single core control platform that runs across all devices that's attached to the network. So you can answer the call either on your mobile phone or on your tablet, put it on hold and pick it up on any other device.
You got it, Martin. This is a huge differentiator, right? Nobody else can do call control like that. Where you can pick it up on your Jabber client, move it to a telepresence, maybe move it to an IP phone or a mobile. So, Alfonso, you're probably calling about the data center alerts.
Yes, I was wondering if you got to see the alerts from a cycle. You have some high power consumption and the energy, the temperature is rising as well.
Yeah, I saw that. It looked like there was a recommendation to move it to our data center in Sao Paulo. So let me bring a closer look and I'll get back to the team with an update.
Fantastic.
All right, thanks, Alfonso.
So this EX90 also doubles as your computer screen.
You got it.
What else do you have?
Well, so here's my CC215. So we are actually running a virtual desktop as well.
So this is a thin client.
That's right.
Connected back to the data center.
Now, if I authenticate and log in, you see we're using the Citrix Zen app for the desktop for me to log in, and now I'm running Windows environment conditions. And now, if I log in,
And it will bring you back, if you were working at home on your iPad and you logged out at home, it will bring you right back to where you left.
right where I left off in the last application I was running on the iPad. So we launched our data center grid management application, and here we have the same view. It's optimized for this display. And now we can see that there's a recommendation to move everything over